Hi everyone, and welcome to day 7 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot. And today we are summing up our year with one tarot card. And it didn't take me too long to award this task to this card here, the Wheel of Fortune. I certainly felt a lot of internal shifts and changes. I was, I'll be honest, from a numerological perspective, traveling through a 5-year of change. So there's no doubt in my mind that that's connected to my answer to this prompt. But that is the card. It's the card of change. And it's interesting. I document my numerological year and have been for years and years. And so my last 5 personal years of change were very well constructed, easy to understand, visually available. I traveled, I did expand my horizons. You know how some philosophies associate planet Jupiter with the Wheel of Fortune, like the Mythic Tarot, for example. It's about luck, you know, and destiny stepping in and, you know, embrace that risk and take the chance and go on a new direction with your career or whatever it be. You know, take the plunge. Certain philosophies attach this card to planet Jupiter. Pardon me, to planet Uranus, which talks about sudden shifts, changes to the equilibrium that just come very unexpectedly, which can be exciting but also can rock your world and send shivers up your spine. So I think there was a little bit of both. And I also think that the reason my 5-year of change, albeit the Wheel of Fortune, was so mysterious and difficult to see or grasp is because we were all wading through a 9 energy numerologically, because that's what 2016 was. And 9 can be very Piscean, very spiritual, but you get that sense of uncertainty and, okay, where to next? And even if I knew, how do I get there? And I can actually relate to that energy. So that was more of a 2016 group conscious energy. I began to feel a lot of shifts and changes within. Like I actually felt like this kind of buzzing vibration in my belly. I thought, wow, that's amazing, but what is it? I don't know. It was a shift. And that's why I felt a little bit hanged manish, because I thought the idea is you just have to wait. You just have to be. That's it. There's your answer, Leander. And it's almost like the higher mind was saying, listen, fate will show you the way. You're just going to end up where you're meant to end up. So let it go. Just be. So I feel like 2016, the way I'm describing it sounds like a verbal oxymoron. I don't think I'm making much sense, but in my crazy ass way, I know what I mean. And it's almost like if I had to draw a picture, it would probably look like a fractal. That same pattern going in on itself and in on itself and in on itself. And there I was, at times still, at times spinning. At times I felt the world around me was crazy. At times it seemed so still, and so was I. At times the world was still, but I was buzzing internally. But all the while, it was the Wheel of Fortune. And I love this card, the Wheel of Fate. And it says down the side, do not be ignorant of me. Be on your guard. I am control and I am the uncontrollable. So I really relate to that message, and it's almost like, yes, that explains that oscillating energy. So there you have it. That's as best as I can explain it without getting too kooky. I did draw this card as well, and I want to read something to you from the guidebook of this beautiful deck. That's the Animal Wisdom Tarot, by the way. Because when I read this, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to document that in my journal because it fits my journey so well. And it reads, "Spider spins a strong yet delicate web, reminding us that things are not always as they seem. Linking thread to silken thread in intricate patterns, spider anchors us in a net of timeless wisdom while revealing the many directions our journey may take." This card indicates change as well as constancy. Good luck, a new path or opportunity may be yours for a time. As the cycle of karma reminds us, what goes around comes around. We weave reality by our thoughts and actions, and the wheel of life spins. Love shifts, fates collide, fortunes fall and rise. What can you do? Spider encourages long-range views and an expanded perspective to find stability and truth in the midst of change. By sitting still and centering in our source, we can watch life's drama spin around us. Pay attention to personal patterns within the context of larger cycles. Spider offers a riveting view from the power spot of creation, a panorama of past, present, and future within the eternal now. Wow. So I probably should have just read that to you and cut out all the crap that I've just been talking about for the last 10 minutes. In hindsight, it's almost like that was written for me. I can relate to that very deeply. And you know, when you think also about that wheel, it's the most fascinating card. And I think it's overlooked. Often, you know, when our busy lives, we just have to, you know, deliver one read after another. But if you go back in time and you look at, say, a Marseille or one of the more traditional depictions, and you think about, you know, these guys here on the wheel and how this monster here doesn't hurt or maim them because he needs them. They keep the wheel turning, basically. And I think this was Anubis, who's heading in the upward direction, and he was classified as positive. He was the dog-faced god of Egypt. And then the monkey-like character on this side was more about destruction and disintegration. So he was classified as the negative side. He has the ass, you know, the ass, the donkey's ears, and he lost his ears and grows the tail as he heads downwards. But we know that if the wheel continues to turn, well, the tables turn, don't they? And it's something to keep in mind, I think. It's like both of these characters, if you want to call it that, both of these energies operate in us continuously. We're here to expand our consciousness and awaken. And the only way we can do that is to accept that these little creatures, these energies, live within us. This is the task of every human. We are all striving to sort of liberate those animal energies that were previously caught up in this repetitive, instinctual cycle upon cycle upon cycle. And of course, the first step in that direction is to come to terms with those dark creatures and, well, it's do your shadow work, isn't it? That's what it's all about. And I find that such a timely reminder, having just passed through a 5-year of change. So that really got me thinking. And from my Jung and Tarot book, there's a little passage I just want to read before I conclude. And it says, "Only by letting our imagination spin with the Sphinx's wheel can we avoid getting caught in her web of circular thinking and free our energies, so that we can reach behind the questions she poses to the hidden meanings she guards. So we can use it as a kind of moving diagram for the interrelationship of many facets of nature and human nature. So up and down aren't shown here as two fixed forces playing a tug of war, but instead we're presented with the whole spectrum, right, of like graduations from upness to downness, all of which blend subtly into one another like seasons of the year. So if you meditate on this card, you can experience a world not created in time, a system endlessly beginning and endlessly ending. As we quiet our breathing and synchronize our heartbeats to the motion of the wheel, we can connect with our own birthing and dying. Not as two discrete happenings, say, which will mark the beginning and the ending of a linear experience, which we call life, but rather as two ever-present aspects of a continuous process whose revolutions stretch forth into infinity. So at these moments we can experience the wheel as moving throughout all time, spinning forth continuous cycles of birth and death and rebirth. And at those times we no longer find its motion a sterile, repetitive gesture, a ceaseless undulation from day and night and back again. We begin to feel how each succeeding sunrise brings up a wholly new day, and how each night's darkness envelops us in its black womb. And it envelops us newly each time. So at such moments of insight, our bones and sinews tingle with new life, and our blood sings with the sure knowledge that we arise each day newborn. Oh my God, that is just so deep and amazing. But I think, you know what? How many people are treading this wheel every day? It's Groundhog Day. Go to work, come home, go to work, come home, have a beer, whatever. But seriously, how many people aren't we so damn lucky to be aware of tarot and this journey, this spiritual soul journey of awakening and personal growth? So that was my 2016, folks. It's almost like a cellular change, and it has affected me, I think, on all levels. Hate to sound cliche, but really and truly it comes from the cellular level outwards, because I feel very, very different as a person. A little more serious, but a lot more settled in who I am. So there you have it. I think it's time to press that stop button. This is much longer than I expected. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And I hope that little blurb I just read helps you along your path also. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.